And there it is.
50 times people laughed, but it wasn't a joke. According to Reddit. Number 50. At college orientation, my group was told that we were going to see an improv show later in the day. When we got there, it was one of those acting troupes that does shows about alcohol poisoning and date rape and shit like that. We all kind of tried to politely laugh through the show because we felt bad that it wasn't funny or even well done, and we were under the pretense that it was comedy. We totally got yelled at, but at least one guy pointed out that we were trying to be nice to the group that we were told were comedians. I don't even know where to go with that. I don't even know where to... What?
Like, it's kind of disorienting. I'm following your mouse, so I'm behind, actually. And I didn't really catch most of what you said because I was following.
Try listening then.
Yeah.
Number 49. Years ago, a coworker told me never to drink the water from a pond with a beaver dam because I could get beaver fever.
Oh man, do you know they use the extract from a beaver's anal glands to make vanilla?
Tell the stream chat all about it, Stripes. Disgusting. You would know about beaver ass. Stripes. He informed me that it was a real thing and that his dad died of it. Holy shit. I felt so bad. Guys, just in case you're arriving late, and you can't read the title at the bottom of the screen, the list that we're doing is 50 times people laughed, but it wasn't a joke. Apparently beaver fever is a real thing. And you could die from it, mate. You could fucking...
I guess it's the same as like drinking water that the rat's been swimming in. I don't know if beavers are rats, but it's an animal. It's a diseased animal.
As we continue, number 48. When a girl told me she accidentally used the wrong spell in witchcraft and killed a cow. Yeah, I could imagine laughing at some girl going, "Oh no, I used the wrong spell." And then she's like, "I'm a witch. God damn it. Follow me on Tumblr." Number 47. Watching HBO, the national TV premiere of some movie made by Universal Pictures, pre-torrenting in my family. No one had seen this movie yet. Universal Pictures logo appears, cue Universal writing over lovely image of the Earth. Sister, I've seen this movie before. Mom and I, mild laughter, thinking that's not a bad joke. Sister, no really, I'm sure I've seen this before. Mom and I, hysterical laughter. I like that she, I guess, mistook a logo as something that would be unique to the movie that she saw, right?
HBO, the movie.
Somebody wants it explained. So we're not right to be a little thrown and confused with the way that it was delivered. But yes, Jesus Christ. A logo came on before the movie. And it comes before every movie. Okay. And the little girl mistook that logo as something that would be unique to each and every movie that she watched. Because why would one company make a whole bunch of damn, you know what I'm talking about, Bing Bong? Jesus, is this even the right chat for this?
I feel like it's picking up from the last one because there's a lot more messages than there should be.
You know what probably is also the issue? No, I think it's pushing up ever so slowly. I think when people talk more, it'll push it up. But it's going to be a little behind.
One time I refreshed your stream and it was a completely different chat. Like, it wasn't your chat because people weren't saying your name. It was really confusing.
That sounds cool.
I don't know whose chat it was.
Is the stream pushing up though? I mean the chat. I'm probably just going to need to do it the other way. Give me a second to shrink the window. And then to bring this other window back the way that it should be. So I'm going to make the size of this a little bit differently. Bear with me, stream. Forgive me. And then we're going to go up like that. Bring this all the way over here. Just a little bit more, just like that. Bing bong. Then we need to take the text off the screen. That text ain't gonna work for right now. God damn
it. How traditional.
And I'd say for the most part, that's good to go. Son of a bitch. I'm moving the paint banner. Oh no, it's fine. Alright, so number 46. We just got a call from the church that messed up the wedding. The wedding isn't at 11 a.m. anymore. 2 days before my sister-in-law's wedding, I started hysterical laughing. Can you imagine? I didn't need to imagine because the family was living it.
Well, at least the bride wasn't going crazy. I mean, I'm sure she was, but it wasn't her fault this time. Wait, do you think they got their money back?
No idea to know. No idea. And that's terrible. Just man, God, some people really freak out about their damn wedding days though. So, you know, we can only be thankful that I guess it's not anybody that we know, because that would be a nightmare. And we couldn't even like take their feelings and throw it on the internet for, you know, shits and giggles. Oh Lord. Number 45. I've had people laugh when I say my dad is a crackhead. And they say, oh yeah, my dad is like that too. And then I have to explain that no. Okay. My dad is literally addicted to crack and steals money from my family. Why would you even bring up your father, dude? Oh, by the way, guys. Oh my God. That's not embarrassing to you. Somebody said, depending on where you're at, they'll be like saying, luckily I haven't seen mine in months. A lot of people were saying can confirm. I guess their crackhead dads are in jail for stealing shit and money from the family. Holy shit. Hope I don't have anybody in the stream that's a crackhead. Navosity, Faith, Megan, Closer, Skyward, hello. Hope everybody's good. King Rat.
Yeah.
What happened?
You know how last month was Pride Month?
No, come on. Where's it going? Get to where it's going. I don't care about...
This month is apparently period month.
Like as menstrual cycle month.
As in women's period month.
Okay, number 44. This one is a doozy. I don't like to think that... Doozy. Like, maybe it could be. I don't like that spelling. I've never seen doozy written on the ground. So how about that? Oh. Written on the ground, written in a text format. What am I talking about? My world is so much cooler if you only knew, Stripes. If you only knew the digital world in which I live. It's written on the ground. Listen, my ex-brother's girlfriend, everything that came out of her mouth was serious. I laughed every time. Looks at a CD case, made in Mexico, but they're a third world country. How do they have CD technology? Wow. Ex-brothers to me, while the four of us were in the car, they split off from us, but he came back first. So she said, you're very mature for your age. I laughed. I was older than her. She didn't know this. He continued, when I explained you were actually older, she went quiet. I don't know where she is. She came back after a palm reading, thinking she got an age increase. I laughed again and she was dead serious. Aren't ants just baby wasps? Okay. I mean, they look similar.
Adorable.
No, Hawaii is in Cuba. I'm not in the US. What? What? She didn't make it through school though? Cats are always female and dogs are always male because they're the same animal. Yo. And then this is another one. Horses have teeth?
Well, I don't know if they have both rows. Is that cows? I think that's cows. But I used to feel stupid that when I was a kid, I believed that goats and sheep were the same animal and they were just boys and girls. Like the sheep were the girls and the goats were the boys. But it's not true.
Sheepies are hilarious. A lot of people are getting into goats thinking them cute and are like getting pet goats and shit, which is interesting.
They smell awful. I don't know how you would deal with one.
Many of these barnyard animals don't smell great, you know what I mean? They shit it. They shit it, you know? God. Gotta shit it. They gotta shit it. Number 43. In my master's degree course 14 years ago, I first heard the term Asperger's and busted out laughing, thinking someone was kidding and saying Asperger as a joke. True story. Well, I feel like the first reaction for most people is to burst out laughing at something like that. So for those of you who are arriving late, welcome to the 50 times people laughed, but it wasn't a joke, baby. It wasn't a joke, baby. Damn. Hey, I just realized I can fix something about the text. And then just have that run at the bottom of the screen. Why not? Can you recall something you laughed at that wasn't a joke, Stripes?
Well, both my sisters have said some really stupid things, but I usually take them at face value.
As we continue up the list of 50 times people laughed, but it wasn't a joke, we arrive.
Oh, wait. You know, they say some, like, really normie shit, and I think they're joking, but well, they are joking, but I don't know how far that goes. Sorry. Go on.
Number 42, Stripes. One of my most uptight friends is a Reiki healer. I don't know, and I don't care. All we can figure maybe it's some kind of shaman or mystic. Some guys that's shaking a stick around like Rafiki from The Lion King. You know what I'm talking about? When she first told me, I burst into a fit of laughter. I thought she was making fun of herself. She was serious. Someone else says, I went out for drinks with friends from high school and I haven't seen them in a while. I complimented one of their crystal rings and she goes, thanks. I feel like they're loosing. Done.
Oh.
Done. Learn the difference between lose and loose, people.
Wait, that wasn't part of the joke?
No, it wasn't part of the joke. The joke. What the fuck? I'm getting dumb. I'm getting like residual stupid. You know what I mean? It's rubbing off on me. I can't get it off of me now. What the fuck? All right? Learn the difference between these fucking words. You're driving me insane. Loosing their power, though. What the fuck? Oh. Sugaring and jiving all over this damn number 41. 2 years ago today, I was getting the kids ready to go on a local trip to the water park. You see that correction? Oh, Lord. Stripes don't know what I'm talking about because I'm not sharing screens, but y'all gonna know what I'm talking about. My husband was taking out the trash. His phone rang. I answered. His mom, who was supposed to be meeting us at the water park, said she needed to talk to my husband immediately. He walked in the door at that moment and I handed him the phone. A minute goes by and he says, I'll be right there, and drops his phone on the table. He looked at the ceiling and said, my sister is dead. No, he must have delivered it like this. My sister is dead. And then she said, I was thinking he meant like she got in trouble, like, oh my God, my parents are going to kill me type of way, since he said it so calmly. So I grinned at him and said, what did she do? And then he said, she overdosed.
Oh, that's terrible.
That was a fun noise out of you, Stripes. I can't lie. It was all like, no, wait, mine's too screechy. Hold on. Let me get further away from the mic. I can't. No, mine just sounds like some kind of dying whale. Forget it. Forget it. Dying sea animal. That's what I got. Ugh.
It's just such an innocent mistake. Like, yeah, it's just a term of phrasing, right?
What? No, it's just the way that he delivered the line and the calm manner in which he delivered the line that she didn't understand that, you know. There are plenty of times that we'll say something like, oh, you're fucking dead. You know what I mean? Which is to imply that, like, I'm going to get you. You're in trouble. I'm not pleased with you. But, like, you know, people wouldn't expect to hear it in that way and then have it not be a monkey balled look. A response to that reads, the phone rang at 2 a.m. when I was 15 years old. I figured it was one of my friends calling, so I snatched it up before it could ring twice and wake my parents. My grandmother's voice, very shaky, says, Kyra, Grandpa's dead. I laughed and yelled, are you serious? No way. Ha ha. I burst into tears and laughing fit while my dad came and grabbed the phone. My grandpa sexually abused me from the time I was 3 until I was 9. That phone call was a big step in my healing process. Oh my God. Fuck that guy. How can you fucking abuse a kid sexually when they're so young, dude? Not that it's okay otherwise, but it's just like the more helpless they are, the better for some assholes. Disgusting. Why did Skyward Revenant says cool?
I'm not trying to defend the guy who molested his granddaughter, but I do feel bad for the grandma that got laughed at her face and just lost someone really close to her. Even if that person that was close to her was a child molester. I mean, sorry, I just feel bad for the grandma.
I keep realizing that the text should be below the other one. So now we're on deck. Grandpa sexually abuses this little girl. What a fucking shame. Guys,
Bless you.
It almost came. But now it's transforming into a yawn as we continue up the list of 50 times people laughed, but it wasn't a joke. We reach number 40. When I was in high school as a freshman, there was a girl in my class who said, I have never kissed a boy and wouldn't unless we're married because I don't want to get pregnant from the kiss. I immediately laughed until I saw her confused look and realized, oh, she being serious. That was the first time I truly thought that the U.S. education system had failed us. It failed us.
Just stick it in her and pee.
Let's go in here. Oh man, Stephen A. Smith said it ain't a Kyle list if it ain't got kid rape in it. Jeez, man. It's really sad. I can't read 30 of these without coming across a kid rape story. Number 39. My cousin dated a girl named Fear. I laughed and she got pissed. Whoops. Her name ain't Fear. You laughed in the face of fear. Oh my God, that's her parents' fault, for real. Number 38, please keep in mind I was 11 years old. Back when I lived in a foster group home, me and some other older guys were playing on the Xbox. One of my foster brothers stopped and started making funny faces at me. He was a chill guy and we got along and joked together. So I laughed and made faces back. He was having a seizure. I've got to stop leaning in to deliver those lines, knowing that Stripes it can't see the screen. So I'm delivering it almost like the punchline of the story. Oh my god.
Oh man, I would kill to have you look at me when you do these.
Oh my god.
It
What?
scare me.
What do you mean?
Because I've been there and you are so animated when you read these.
Oh,
It's a
whatever.
shame.
Whatever.
Wait,
Raindrops are falling on my what?
did you did you ever see that truck that flipped over and had a bunch of baby chickens inside and so there's like a field of baby chickens everywhere?
That was dumb. I saw the one with eels.
That's
Eels.
what I wanted to talk about.
Eels.
They're
Eels
so
up inside
gross.
you,
They're
finding an
so
entrance
gross.
where they can. Sorry. As we travel up to number 37, I was chatting with a future Tinder date, and he was an actor. I asked him how he got into it. I broke my leg while being the quarterback in high school and tried out for musical and got the leading role. Haha, nice. What really happened? And he says that's what really happened. I don't think I've ever met someone who had quite as wholesome a life as he did. It's funny. A lot of people are such mismatches as far as how their lives go, you know what I mean? It's really interesting. It's just like, yeah, so I was taking on 3 dudes in the back of this porta potty, you know what I'm talking about? And when I got out and the feces were just wafting all over me, I was like, how can this day get any worse? And the dude came and saw that it was occupied and just copped a squat and shat on my I was like, oh. But hey, I made $500 that day. And then I met this boy and he was all like, so I was playing a little bit of football at my high school and then I messed up my leg. So then I had to try out for musical theater and I got the lead role because I'm really good. Oh, there's my shitty arpeggio for you. Not bad. I got the leading role. So not a big deal. What did you say your name was? Kelly? Okay. You know, I'm not pretty inexperienced. So do you think we'd be a good match? Yeah, we'd be a great match. Get in the car. Get in the car, you fucking guy. What are you doing, Kyle? What? Where am I? What's going? No, 50 times people laughed, but it wasn't a joke. Oh my god. Number
All I wanted to
36.
say is, do you think he was singing on his back?
No. Your sister is 10 weeks pregnant.
No, she
And then
isn't.
somebody laughed. That was an entry, Stripes, number 36. And you'd be on board if you weren't interrupting. $500 was the price that we agreed on. Most people would take a blowjob from a dude. Like, and everybody was saying, oh man, $500 to receive a blowjob? Not that big a deal. God, Kyle. Whatever. Still gay. I wonder if anybody, that seems like more common. This one, I mean, number 36 seems more common than most. So if anybody has ever laughed when they heard that somebody is pregnant, somebody in their family is pregnant, only to realize it was the truth, let me know in the stream chat, brah. Okay. Number 35. Good morning, ma'am. We've just arrested your husband for statutory rape. Did you know your husband was having an affair with one of his female students? Yeah, it wasn't a joke. It was a fucking wife. It was the wife that found this shit out. It wasn't a joke. Oh my god.
That is terrible.
Somebody else responds, good morning, ma'am. We've just arrested your husband for a crime. Would you like to confess to being an accessory to that crime? Nice one, officer. Oh my god.
Oh, wait, did you hear about this lady molesting this other lady in an airplane? Like, she got her really drunk and molested her.
Who really drunk? A lady?
An older lady got
The thing is, old ladies get away with molesting people all the time, and it's because they're old ladies. See, if it was an old dude, then it's different, but old ladies can just get away with doing really messed up shit. And it's terrible, but it's the truth, because they're ladies. Ladies get away with shit. What do you want me to do? Damn. As we travel up this list of 50 times people laugh, but it wasn't a joke, that's Kramer back there. You know who Kramer is, Stripes? You old enough to know who Kramer is?
I know who Kramer is.
But soon we're going to be living in a world where little kids don't know who Kramer is. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, Lord.
Oh, wait, I got it.
Sorry.
That isn't who I thought Kramer was. I thought he was a chubby one with glasses.
Exactly. She thought Costanza was Kramer. Number 34. A girl wanted to become our new flatmate and asked what her hobbies were. Okay. When asked what her hobbies were, she says, I enjoy sleeping. I laughed. She didn't. Exactly. I enjoy sleeping. That's the best answer. That's the best answer that you can get out of a flatmate, that they enjoy sleeping. Somebody said, well, I enjoy sleeping too. Want to team up. Ha 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 ha. Number 33. While watching Snow White and the Huntsman, oh, that was AIDS. And they went to the theater to watch it. I've never been more disgusted by a series of words in my life. While watching Snow White and the Huntsman in the theater. Is this the one with Hawkeye in it?
I don't know.
Forgive me. I often leave the derailing of the fucking streams of momentum to Stripes, but this is something that I'm actually curious about because I want to genuinely be disgusted by what I'm looking at here. Wait a minute. Snow White and the Huntsman. It has Chris Hemsworth in it and Kristen Stewart. The AIDS, that's the charisma vacuum who's in the Twilight movies. So that's pretty funny. Kristen Stewart is the charisma vacuum that is in the Twilight movies. She is just, oh.
Who is Chris Hemsworth?
Chris Hemsworth is Thor, Stripes. Oh. So the comedy is that I said Hawkeye, but instead it's another Avenger. Instead it's another Avenger. What a world we living in, man. Oh boy. Okay. Oh boy. Let's just continue up this list, man. While watching Snow White and the Huntsman in the theater, there is a scene where a magical deer or unicorn or something shows up and stands there all majestic like, then gets shot with an arrow and keels over. I burst out laughing with my sisters and they looked at me in disgust. Yeah, whatever.
I was hoping they meant that their sisters laughed too. That way everyone has the same sense of humor.
Somebody said I went to a midnight showing of the first Harry Potter movie, and when it got to the scene where you see a tiny fetus-looking Voldemort under the bench, I absolutely lost it. Like, I could not stop laughing for a solid couple of minutes, though I tried to muffle it. And when I finally stopped, I looked at my friend beside me. She snorted, and I started laughing again. Pretty sure I pissed off everybody within 2 feet of me that day. Somebody said I worked on the production for that film. The crew referred to it as Voldemort.
I think he's lying, but that's funny.
Because you know the pun, the comedy is in the wordplay of you working the word abort in there. But naturally, my brain has to think of Bort from that Simpsons episode where it's like, my son is also named Bort. Oh my God. Come along, Bort. Oh God. Now that's a reference that's too old for some people, and I apologize. Holy crap.
No, that's Itchy and Scratchy Land.
As we reach number 32, this video is an event that somebody watched live. We sure as only watching no 1333 Vine Sauce video. What the fuck? It says an event which I watched live where a video game streamer named Vinny is exploring a long abandoned MMO from the 90s named Active Worlds. The game was similar to Second Life in that you could make custom worlds to roleplay in. Vinny was exploring some medieval goblin village, talking about how sad it was to see months of hard work left to rot because it's only virtual. Suddenly, he's approached by a stranger who speaks only in character. The man can open gates that only moderators are able to open. He seems to know his way around and would often repeat phrases or completely ignore what Vinny was typing. Vinny spent most of the video screwing around with the NPC, eventually getting into the roleplay as a joke. It's only at the end of the video that the man utters the phrase Vinny and disconnects.
What?
This wasn't just a fan. This was an old moderator of a server that had gotten the word that a popular streamer was checking it out decades later. I can't imagine anything creepier than exploring an abandoned place and some guy just doing this. Ooh. That's kind of creepy. That's creepy enough to make you forget what the hell list we doing right now. You know what I'm talking about?
How was he on hand for that? Like, did someone reach out to him?
Most likely, he'd probably just gotten word that some popular YouTuber was like, you know what I mean? I'm sure if some popular YouTuber was just like, some asshole named Kyle just reads these Reddit threads, and then and then somebody's like, Kyle, somebody's talking about you, and I go, oh wow, look at that, and then I slide in his stream, and I'm all like, listen, bitch, I was gonna say something, but I'm actually hungry, so I'll see you later. And they'll be like, that was the guy. Everybody in the chat will say, I bet that was the guy. I heard he uses Dexter's dad as an avatar. And then they'll all talk about that for an hour because nothing else matters. You know what I mean? Hey, Kyle, why did you choose that icon, Kyle? Why'd you do it, Kyle?
I can't believe you got upset because I wanted to use a mom icon.
You don't get to do that. You gotta earn that. Why not? You know why not if you think hard enough about it. Number 31 on the list of 50 times people laughed, but it wasn't a joke now. Reads my brother's girlfriend when she realized that Cubans came from Cuba and Haitians come from Haiti, and so forth and so on. How stupid can you get? Somebody said, what did she think a Cuban was? A sandwich, says somebody else. Oh man, number 30. My brother's got his face blown off by a shotgun, she said. Oh, he did not laugh at that. For some reason, my brain immediately short-circuited and I thought of a Bugs Bunny cartoon. Daffy Duck gets shot in the face, his duckbill landing some few feet away. The ones that we're all familiar with have his bill spinning around his head and then landing on the wrong side, and then Daffy reaches back to correct it by snapping it back to the front of him. There's ones where it gets shot off, I'm sure. But that's not the one that anybody pictures. Why he got to picture a weird one that we don't even know about? Weird. Somebody named Killer in the stream chat says, hi everyone. You know he's legit when he's got Killer right in there. Don't even have to worry about what he's about, you know. He's a fucking killer. Look at this guy. Traveling up the list. What did somebody laugh at, but it wasn't a joke? 29, a guy said that anyone who takes any kind of drug should be killed by the government. I'm talking about Killer over here. He's the guy to do it. He's the executioner. I laughed and said, he said, no, seriously, it should solve the problem. Isn't Duterte, this guy that's running the Philippines, doesn't he believe in that shit? Oh, somebody left a comment. Sorry, I was picking my nose at the time.
Left a comment and what?
Somebody left a comment saying, was his name Duterte? You know what I mean? And I was just making that comment because that's exactly his stance, is that the people who get into the drug should be killed.
Oh, wait. Didn't a Cuban dictator die recently? Who's in charge of Cuba now?
Like a passing hot dog with earphones on. You could always hear his song going like, and everybody would say, hey, turn your music down. Why we can hear it, you're wearing headphones. And he'd be like, check out my ketchup and check out my mustard. Oh my God. Number 28.
Cubans sound like.
That's what they sound like. Hey, turn down your music, huh? What's the matter with you? I'm a walking here. Number 28.
Did you not know what a Cuban sounds like? You lived with them for like 10 plus years.
Number 28. Redacted. Because holy shit, this blew up. What you mean redacted, man?
Not looking at the screen because it makes my head hurt, but can I assume that you're sleuthing?
Yes, because I don't know, some asshole changed his answer. Some butt nugget cum lord changed his fucking answer. Was she a bigger lady? What the fuck? It's surprising how often this is the case, but women can carry pregnancies in vastly different ways, some of which make her seem not pregnant at all. Depending on stature, build, and pre-baby weight, it's less common to have surprise births since women have become better educated. Look, nigga, I'm only going to be able to assume that maybe this post was about something like a woman was pregnant and she didn't even know.
Yeah,
okay?
There's a whole show about that, about women just giving birth without knowing they're pregnant to begin with.
That's such a fucking shame that we live in such a fat ass country. I could be pregnant right now. I'm kidding. But number 27, the guy who worked receiving at my old job, came up to me one day and said, "Your car's been crushed." I laughed. He insisted that I go outside and look. A trucker had knocked down an I-beam, which holds up the gate I was parked right next to. It just barely scratched the bumper and headlight cover. I filed a claim and pocketed about $500. Props to that guy for preparing me for the worst. He told him it had been crushed when it had actually just fucked the car up a little bit. That's cool, but I like the idea that he got $500 and he didn't even have to receive a blowjob from a gay man. See that? We call that a callback, Stripes. People enjoy those.
I think realistically, you would take a blowjob from a gay guy for $500.
Number 26. Met with a custom wedding ring maker. He asked what my budget was and started at $20,000. If I had a drink, I would have spit all over him. Felt bad that I laughed in his face. He was totally serious. My budget was $2,000. Oh. My wife's ring cost like $5,000. I still feel ripped off years later. $20K, yeah, get the fuck out. Buying a ring is like buying a car. No matter how good of a deal you get, you're still going to feel like you got ripped off. Somebody says that's kind of because you are getting ripped off. I want a car for $5,000. Fuck all that. I want a car for free. When am I going to get a car for free? Stripes.
I don't have a car.
Okay.
I can't mail it to you.
If you had a car, you'd mail me the car, Stripes? It could be driven to me.
You win this round. Wait, what if I set it part by part? Like the wheels and then the engine?
So you would need to take the time, effort, and perhaps money to disassemble the car. The time, effort, and definitely money to mail said parts of the car, which are really going to be pricey because they charge your asses according to weight of certain things. Then I'm going to have to get off my ass to go get this shit and then reassemble the car with what will most certainly be time, energy, and effort in a way that I'm, need to be sure isn't just going to fall apart as I'm rolling down the road in this like fucking Flintstone style car. What do I look like? Do I look like a mechanic?
Excuse me.
Bless you.
It's still a free car though. I'd just be paying out the ass for it, but you wouldn't.
Number 25. Going to middle school and needing to make a phone call home before I had a cell phone. From the office, the secretary said, "It'll cost you 50 cents. I laughed. She didn't. That was the moment I realized that despite being a good kid, adults suddenly wouldn't trust me or like me simply because I was in middle school. It was jarring. Somebody said, "Okay, well, I don't have 50 cents and there's blood coming out of my butthole, so how do you want to resolve this?" And then somebody else said, "Tampons are 50 cents too."
Are they? I know there's tampon dispensers, but I never bothered looking at the price.
Ooh, somebody said, "What kind of school makes a kid pay to call their house?" And then another one said, an American one. Land of the fee. Home of the pay me, bitch. Somebody said home of the Whopper. That's not how you spell the Whopper, you idiot. They spelled it Wopper. Might as well put an extra O in there and make it a Whooper. Whooper's a Pokemon, Kyle. You know, it's a really good thing I'm not into Marvel Heroes Omega, because if I was, it would probably be getting me to pay $10 toward their stupid ass heroes. And I'm not going to do it. That's too expensive. God damn it.
Oh, wait. Is that phase of your life done? Or
No. I still want to play the game. I'm just not going to pay them. Simple as that. Simple as that. It's not like the thing about Overwatch Stripes is, imagine if like some of the heroes cost you. Guys, I love you to death. Forgive me. What?
How close are you to buying the hero that you want, though?
Not close at all, because the currencies in game and the currencies that they give you for the money in real life are two different currencies. So you can't even like mix them. Say like in Overwatch, you buy 50 loot boxes and you open them and you don't get what you want, but you get a couple of credits that you can then use towards your hero. You can't do that in this game, because you can buy one type of credits, but the shit that you pick up that you can also trade in for the characters are different types of credits.
I get it.
They know what they're doing in that game. They know what they're doing. Number 24 on the list of 50 times people laughed, but it wasn't a joke, reads as follows. I was a preteen at Bible camp, and one of the leaders was sharing the story of his upbringing. It got real intense, and he ended that intense part of the story with, "And now my brother is an alcoholic." His tone and timing was rather comedic, and I thought he was doing that to break some tension, and without thinking of anything else, I let out a huge organic "ha!" Everyone turned to look at me, and I tried to fake a coughing fit to play it off. Don't think it was very convincing. Hey, look, Not a Pork Chop hit us with $2 via Super Chat.
Well, that's sweet of them.
Wow. Wait, shouldn't this thing going off? Yeah.
Yeah, where's the flash bands?
It must be broken. Let's deal with it.
Or you could just trigger the GIF yourself. Organically.
It may have been disconnected somehow.
It's terrible. Oh, sorry. My throat. Give me a second. Okay, I'm good.
Okay. What do I need to do? Do I need to like re-establish the alert box? Is this the same URL as before?
Ooh. Well, let me click it.
I have no idea. Give me a second here. I'm going to look at this. I think it's the same one. So what I'm going to do is test it, and then we'll know. So I'm going to test getting a subscriber.
Do you want me to sub and unsub, or you don't need that?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well.
This is super strange.
Maybe we
okay,
can
so
figure
that's
it out.
working there, but it's not working here. So I think I'm gonna do it again, but make it a new window, you know? So now it's its new window. I'm glad that he did that, because then we at least know that like shit ain't working.
Yeah, this was good.
It's not working on OBS.
Oh, What? Does that mean it's just gonna like pour in all at once like it usually does?
No,
Mm.
it means it's simply not working on OBS. So it's something that we'll deal with after, but not now. So forgive me, everybody, as we continue up the list of 50 times people laughed, but it wasn't a joke. We reach number 23. A young lady in the choir who had beautiful dark hair, lustrous long Italian, arrived at rehearsal as a blonde, thanks to this really fake looking wig she had on over her natural hair. Oh no, it's working then. I just heard a lot of really weird noises. Dude. Okay, Porkchop says that she's a she.
I'm sorry that this is so inconsistent. Oh, you should read Closer's story because it's pretty good.
I love that you call her Closer, dude.
Closer?
Yeah, I call her the Closer because it makes less sense, and I've been doing that forever.
I like Closer.
She's never called me on it, dude. Shit. She must want to be known as the Closer, but I call her the Closer, okay? I love it, all right?
Why?
The Closer, okay? Let me finish this damn story first. Number 23. A young lady in the choir who had beautiful dark hair showed up in a blonde wig right now, and it screamed fake wig and looked like she was trying to be funny, so I just did a little humor for a rehearsal. One of the tenors asked, "Did you get that wig from Sears?" She said, "Actually, yes," at which point everyone laughed. Turns out it was really true. She did get the wig from Sears, and she thought it looked great, whereas everyone else thought it looked so unnatural and wrong on her. Well, I thought that this was going to end with cancer. Somebody said, "I'm so relieved that to the end of your comment to not find out she had cancer." You know, don't lead us in a direction then and not have it pay off. Thanks again, not a pork chop. You know, you can play with my pork chop. Oh my God, Soup is here. He says women are mean. They shame men for their size. Imagine it the other way around. If a chick had no tits. Yeah, imagine that, Soup. Imagine that. You gotta imagine it too. Gotta try real hard because we sure as hell don't live in the world where that happens, huh, Soup? Soup pee-pee? Is your pee-pee so tiny that it might as well be liquid, you know? It's all around us. It's inside you. All right, what did Closer's thing say? She says, "I used to fool around with a guy who had this teeny weeny penis. He asked me if he was hurting me during sex. Laughed so hard that he went soft. I guess he couldn't feel it that well." Oh my God. That's rude. But as long as we all know how Closer likes to get down. Stick it in me. That's right. Skyward says technical difficulties with Kyle and Stripes. I'm going to fucking hit that damn thing one more time and see if it works. Because it should have worked before. So give me a second. Let me check this out right now. Test subscriber. Yeah! It works. It just took an hour to establish itself. I was getting all bent out of shape because shit needs to work when I do it. You know what I mean? I'm not like some kind of woman. I know how to set it up. Does any women listening have a problem with that? Let's fight. Let's fight. I'm kidding. I love you. I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's all a joke. It's a joke. As we arrive at number 22 on the list of 50 times people have laughed, but it wasn't a joke. Number 22 reads as follows. Okay, so I was at my best friend's high school grad party at his house, and he invited some of his other friends not from our school to come too. I always goofed around in high school, and today felt like any other day. This kid, who was nicknamed Beaties, and I were getting along fine when I noticed some type of string hanging from his waist belt. I couldn't really make out what it was, so I assume it was a tag to his clothes or something similar. Being an immature, unaware high schooler, I thought it was nothing out of context of where we were, or thinking anything would be inappropriate for me to crack a remark or a joke. I took the string and started tugging on it, and even asked, "What is this? Your stupid inflatable pants?" He looked down and didn't give the reaction I was hoping for. He turned and said, "No, jackass. It's actually my insulin pump."
Oh.
Which is when I found out his name wasn't Beaties. It was Beaties, short for diabetes. Somebody said, "What a terrible nickname." Well, kids gonna be cruel, nigga. Yep. You know what I mean? Kids gonna be kids. Shit, that's crazy. Beaties. Let's just continue. Holy shit. Number 21. I was pretty ignorant in high school, and our friend group was one that would bust each other all the time without many boundaries. A friend was telling us about how his father died of breast cancer at the lunch table. Wow. I thought he was messing with me, so I kept laughing, telling him to quit the bullshit. Me being a fucking dumb teenager assumed only women could get breast cancer and just rolled my eyes, and he kept saying it was true. This proceeded for the entire lunch period. It wasn't until after lunch period was over and someone else came up to me and confirmed the fact that I realized what a gigantic asshole I had been. Men can get breast cancer too, okay? Okay. I love the idea of the guy whose responsibility it is to pull the guy aside and be like, "No, look, you idiot. Look, it's real, okay?" Somebody, Alexis B said, "I thought this was going to end with cancer." Kyle 2017. At least it's not child rape, which we already had in a damn list.
I'm sure it'll come up again.
You don't know that, and we have no reason for child rape to come back up in this list, so don't wish that on me. Don't speak that on me. Okay, Stripes. Number 20. You can't wear ponchos on a campus anymore because we've decided it could be possibly offensive to someone at a student union meeting. It was the pause before someone. The entire lecture theater took it as a funny joke about political correctness. She was dead serious. White people determining what is racist for other races. You couldn't possibly make this shit up. Oh, Lord.
I don't think I have a poncho anymore.
It's because it would be culturally insensitive. And you're appropriating your own culture.
I am?
No. That's the joke, is that it's sarcasm. How can you appropriate your own culture?
I am?
Number 19. One time I walked into my school and I looked at my friend who was very upset and said, "What happened? Your cat died?" It's an Italian saying. And he said, "No, my mom did." I laughed for a while because he was the one to make those types of jokes. Little did I know. His mom was actually dead, and now he was walking a lonely road on the boulevard of broken parents. Sorry. Number 18. I used to have lunch with this guy I worked with. We became really good friends. All of a sudden, he stopped coming to my office. I asked him why, and he told me it was because I think you have a crush on me, and you make me very uncomfortable. I am also a guy who is 12 years younger than him. He is very ugly and has cerebral palsy.
What's cerebral palsy?
Cerebral palsy is the one where some people are confined to a chair. Okay, to be completely honest with you, cerebral palsy is the one where people walk in a very recognizable way, where they have difficulty walking. And sometimes if you extend your hand, Stripes, extend your hand and then bend your wrist down, you know what I mean? A lot of people have that kind of cerebral palsy where their wrist is constantly bent down and they don't have much use out of their hands. Like, I may be thinking about this wrong, you know what I mean? We could just Google cerebral palsy, but I'm pretty sure. What?
Wasn't that a gag on American Dad, or am I thinking wrong?
I think he had Bell's palsy, which is like part of your face goes numb. But cerebral palsy is the one where, like, some people really need assistance walking. Some people need a chair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of them have like You know the ones where like you put your arm into it and it's a cane? Yeah. But like they usually are pretty skinny in some of those limbs and they don't develop. It's really a nightmare. It's really messed up. But Google it, man. I don't need to try and describe to give you a mental image what a bing bong cerebral palsy is, all right? So look, I'm a guy, I'm 12 years younger than him. He's ugly as hell and has cerebral palsy. Damn, homie. You ain't got a roasty cerebral palsy kids, all right? I laughed. Then I realized he was serious. He has an extremely jealous wife who put all these weird thoughts in his head. As soon as I realized he wasn't joking, I said, "Do you realize how ugly you are?" Oh my god, damn nigga, god damn, because Stripes, it's already a little bit edgy. The comment itself was already a little bit edgy when he was like, he is very ugly and has cerebral palsy. When he wrote that, I was like, wow, man, all right. Well, look, if it's between you and us on the internet, okay, that's fine, okay. But then he opens his mouth and goes, "Do you know how ugly you are?" I was in shock and it just came out. I felt really bad. Oh my god. Somebody said rejections hurt. It's okay. He said it was one of the weirdest interactions he ever had. What the hell?
You don't call someone ugly by accident. There must have been malice and intent.
You mean malicious intent?
What did I say?
Malice in intent.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
Listen, I think the point is here that maybe they were outraged a little bit at the assumption that they would be into him. I sometimes I think that's worse than a person just ignoring you, is to assume that you're into them. Guys, how do I fix the Nightbot?
Well, I think you can change what he catches.
Yeah, closer, and half of these other people are not going to be able to let me just see real quick if I can. I'll fuck with him after the stream. Somebody remember, as I'm closing the stream down, to fuck with the Nightbot. We'll do it after. I promise I'll fix the Nightbot by tonight. Ironically. And there's that. What is this Soup idiot being? Oh, he's saying stop spamming. Only one. Okay, Soup. Soup is just such a little loser. I used to have lunch with this. What?
I think he's cute, honestly.
You would, Stripes. Soup is an idiot menace.
He's harmless.
He's harmless when he's throwing down them stacks. But I don't see no $10 super chats rolling in. And that's the bottom line. Where are the $10 super chats? I'm not going to say it again. Number 17. All right. I was taking a cave tour in West Virginia, where I was born and raised. That was West Philadelphia, Kyle. Calm down. Okay. And at one point, the tour guide says scientists believe that these markings on the rocks were made by erosion from rainfall over time. But we know that it was actually created from the waters of Noah's flood. I laughed unpleasantly and involuntarily, and the guide glared at me for the rest of the trip. What? Oh my god. Number 16. What?
What if this man was Noah himself?
Oh yeah, Stripes. Number 16. Making my body hurt. You say shit that makes my body hurt. I have a slight hearing problem. What the fuck?
Oh wow, someone threw down $10, but it wasn't Soup.
And he just
Wait, was it Soup?
And he just wrote right there. Right there. That's what this guy writes?
Wait. Who's that guy from that one food TV show with the flaming shirt?
I'm so tired of you. What the fuck does that mean, Stripes?
You know, he's got spiky hair and he's a fat dude and he eats soup backwards.
What the fuck are you talking about? He eats soup backwards.
Yo.
Stripes, be quiet. Listen, somebody said Flavortown. He eats soup
Flavortown
backwards.
That's him.
No. Thank you, Sheepman, so much. Thank you, Sheepman, so much for your contribution. Way to stick it to that corny soup bastard. But I've just typed in, he eats soup backwards. What the fuck does that mean?
Just type in Flavortown. Man.
Stripes, what does eating soup backwards mean to you, though?
It's a GIF. It's just a GIF, okay?
Dude, no. Until you look, after this list, Stripes, until you find me whatever the fuck you're talking about, we're not talking. You understand me? I'm dead serious. That's all you get. No. It's not a big deal. It's not something to worry about unless you can't prove to me what the fuck you're talking about. Are you gonna have problems proving it?
I'm not.
Then it's nothing to worry about, Stripes. After this list, until you can prove to me what the fuck a guy eating soup backwards means. Is it a GIF where he's eating soup and then you've seen it in reverse?
Yes, that's it. I was hoping maybe you've seen it.
No, how the fuck it's not it's a popular meme?
I think so.
Guy Fieri eats soup, eating in reverse. Okay. This isn't a GIF. He just takes something out of his mouth, and that's eating soup in reverse to Stripes. You know how many motherfucking brain cells this girl single-handedly has robbed me of, Stripes? What are you gonna do?
It's not just you.
It's not just me. She's fucking right. Everybody listening to this, she's done it to you too. She's done it to you too. The time wasn't enough for Stripes. The time wasn't enough, dude. Oh, she was like, hey, nice brain cells you got there. I'll have those. Ah! She extended her hand like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. What the fuck? As we continue up the list, thank you, Sheepmen. Of 50 times people laughed, but it wasn't a joke, we arrive at number 16. We're going to rapid fire these, I promise you. Okay? I have a slight hearing problem, which has led to several awkward faux pas situations. The worst one was when I was a cashier at Walgreens. A woman came up to pay and I asked how she was doing, and she replied with a sigh. And she goes, oh, I just found out. And I couldn't hear the second part, so I asked her to repeat it. I still couldn't hear the second part, and I didn't want to make her keep repeating, but her delivery sounded like a dry joke. So I just politely laughed. She gave me the dirtiest look, and she goes, what's so funny about my husband having cancer? I definitely heard her that time. Somebody's asking, why would somebody tell a cashier that? And they're saying, you'd be surprised what people tell cashiers. It definitely wasn't a surprise to her. Or she was surprised. I was definitely surprised. Kiss my ass on time for this bullshit. God. Fucking Stripes in this backwards soup. Backwards man to backwards man. I can eat soup backwards fast as you can.
Can you, though?
What?
Can you eat soup backwards than I can? Faster than I can.
What are you talking about? Wait. Okay. Can I eat soup? No, it was just a song. You really broke my brain because I wasn't even listening to me. I wasn't even listening to me just now. I wasn't even listening to me. Stripes, my stomach hurts a little bit, and my stomach never hurts. I think you're doing this to me.
Am I upsetting you?
I think you're doing this to me.
I'm sorry. I never meant for you
I
to
think
hurt.
you're doing this to me. Stripes is hurting me. She's hurting me. Oh God. Oh God. Harry Mosley says I should check my PayPal. No. What has he done? He did something yesterday, dude. Just yesterday, he made it to a donation. Oh my God. The Harry has donated $20.22. Harry.
What?
Harry, you're the one. The chosen one. You know what? You know what I love doing with this guy now? Just giving him powers that he can abuse. Don't abuse these powers.
You modded him? He's part of the family now.
I don't know. The thing is, all of the mods are women. So Harry's part of them now. What do you mean no? Who's a mod?
Isn't Sean a mod?
Sean was just made a mod though.
Oh.
And Sean is essentially part of Melissa. That's what marriage is. So he's like half a lady. You know what I mean? Oh my God. He's like
a Hydra. He's just a head on another body.
You're always making it about animals, aren't you?
Hydras aren't animals. They're mythological creatures.
Just like all of your dumbass furries and all of the shit that they want to be. You know what I'm talking about? That shit ain't real. Oh, I want to be some kind of humanoid fox man. Oh, let's go to a convention together, guys. This is what we sound like. Oh. Did you just assume my furry nature? Get the fuck out of here with all of that shit. All right?
How did you just build this into something I'm doing wrong?
You know, I like to think that Faith has a good time in my streams, if not just because of me, but because she can put this soup idiot on timeout when he's not like pleasing, enough by her standards. I seriously think I'm not okay. Thank you so much, Sheepman. Thank you so much, Zelamar. I don't think I should call Zelamar Harry, because people should know that his real name is Harry, even though I've probably ruined that. Yeah. What's so funny about having cancer? What?
Who's April again?
April hasn't been here in years. Why are you worried about April?
Well, it's just you're not very good with hiding people's names anyway.
Well, April dissed me in the past, so if anything, I was putting her on blast. Diss me in the past, and I put you on blast. Diss me in the past, diss me in the past. Sorry, number 15. When I first met my best friend at university, she showed me a picture of her brother. I laughed really hard at the picture, and she said, and then I said, why is he pulling such a silly face? He's got Down syndrome. You don't care, Stripes? You don't care about that one? He had Down syndrome. Come on.
I'm sorry, I saw it coming.
No, you just saw that he had some kind of condition coming. That's rude.
You can't surprise me anymore.
I can surprise you. Somebody else said, one of my aunts had a stroke. So half of her face was sagging. That's like the Bell's palsy. Or, that's what happens when, they have a heart attack. I was warned by my sisters and mom not to stare or mention it. A few hours later, I'm wasted and my aunt arrives. She sits next to me and I look at her and start making ugly faces. She asks, why are you making faces at me? And I respond, because you keep making them at me. Then I remembered. Ooh. She awkwardly explained to me that she had a stroke for the next 15 minutes and I felt so bad. God damn. Yeah, damn. Jesus Willikers. Man. This is the stupidest name I've ever said. Is it Kyle Suppressed Soup Memories? What an idiot.
What? Wait, Sean isn't a mod?
Of course Sean's a mod. Why would you think otherwise?
Because Kyle said so. Kyle said so.
I'm Kyle. What are you talking about?
Kyle. I meant Kyle.
You can't even not say my name when you're trying to say somebody else's name?
Sorry.
Oh my God. I'm mad your sister hates me, Stripes.
She doesn't hate you. She was just having a bad time and didn't want to talk to anyone.
My asshole. Number 14. I once introduced myself to a gentleman who said, "My name is X, or you can call me Gray Wolf." Yeah, sounds like a furry. Sounds like a furry. And I kind of snorted, but then kind of instantly realized, oh, you're part Native American, aren't you? And he was. Ooh, he laughed, and then he was Native American. Ooh, that's fucked up. It's fun. Yeah, dude, even that got me. That got me, Stripes. I would do that. Somebody said I would have thought he was a furry, to be honest. So am I wrong? I know somebody. You know what the crazy part is? Somebody's going to have listened to that and thought, Kyle, you're such an ass. You're so up your own butt. Oh, everybody's a furry just because, you know, they identify in different ways that you don't consider normal. But somebody else just said and was upvoted 5,175. Wait a minute. 76 times. You like the way I did that? You like the way I upvoted it and then changed the number because I'm badass like that? You see what I'm doing? Making moves, doing things, calling it out when I'm doing it at the same time. God damn. You see what I'm saying? 5,176 times. I would have thought he was a furry, so I'm not alone. Okay? Blame these people. Don't blame me. Shit. Why is suppressed soup memory so active? In the chat, he says he used to participate in 4chan. Are you proud of yourself? Work from home and have a ton of free time. Just make music and fuck with people online. I'm going to go ahead and ban you. Okay? How about that? Make another account, buddy. You know, who cares? You got the time. You're telling us you have the time. So do what you want. And a pirate is free. You know, you're a pirate. Number 13. A friend's grandmother died. When I asked how she died, she said she choked on a piece of a banana.
Oh, I don't think I sent you a picture of the banana I should say. Like, it was huge. And I couldn't find a quarter, so I took a picture of it next to a bottle cap. But the bottle cap isn't a normal size. Like, it's not those tiny water bottle caps. So it doesn't work for scale either. I have to find a normal bottle cap and then put it next to this one. So then it's scaled.
I was praying that if I stopped talking, you would keep going, because I will say in a heartbeat that I was impressed with the nature of this anecdote. Did I show you this picture of this banana that I have? Oh, wait, that I had. I was going to take a picture of it. It was huge, Kyle. I wanted to get a quarter for a scale, but I couldn't find one, so I used the bottle cap, but the bottle cap wasn't a normal size. Kyle. So I had to get another normal size bottle cap to put with the bigger bottle cap next to the huge banana, so then it would be scaled, Stripes. That was enough to make you know those little, it's called We're Done, the little animations that I used to do, Stripes?
Yeah.
That would be enough to make one of those on its own. Because I wasn't prepared with a response for that. I really wasn't.
I sent you a picture, but it doesn't matter. It's not impressive because it's not a normal bottle cap. You'll understand when I find that normal bottle cap. Then you will be impressed.
Look, back to the friggin' list. You remember we were reading a list? You remember that, guys? Number 13 is the story about how a person's grandmother died and somebody asked and she choked on a piece of a banana. Now, I'm no expert, you know, right? But at the risk of people knowing too much about my business, if my grandma died, she died. You don't need to know why she died. And if you do need to know why she died, I'd say that she choked. What she choked on is irrelevant. Could have been a cock. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't your business. She choked. She dead. The end. You knowing what she choked on isn't going to bring her back. It's not going to bring me peace. It's not going to get me pictures of bananas next to bottle caps for scale. You know what I'm talking about? So, irrelevant. What the hell? A bottle. Is that what I said it weird?
They said I said it weird. I don't know about you. I don't know if I did.
A special thanks again to Sheepman. And, of course, Zelema, the chosen ones. Could have been a cock. I'm sorry. It just slipped out. That slipped out. The way the cock slipped out, but it was too late because she choked on it. You see what I'm saying? What ridiculous. Shut up. We're talking about a grandma. Oh my God, Kyle. They get freaky even more than people normal age, if you believe it or not. That's what I heard.
Would you be insulted if I took the time to like rummage in my room for a normal sized bottle?
Yes. Stop the madness, Stripes. I feel like this brings out like the most ridiculousness in you. Future Banana Appraisal Cult is the guy's new name. Impressive. You know?
Well, at least he's listening.
What do you mean listening? No, I'm just Stripes. He couldn't get away with this in another stream. I don't like to think that there are other streams that have a small enough base of viewers where he would be definitively not only noticed by the streamer but by the chat as well. Because most other streams, it's just like a spam. It's like a waterfall sea of shit being immediately pushed up because so many people are commenting. Oh, Stripes said it funny. Okay, good. Yes, make fun of Stripes. Don't make fun of me. Because I have such a big pee-pee. Bigger than the banana. Bigger than the banana. Quarter.
You absolutely aren't bigger than this banana.
What, Stripes?
You aren't.
Okay, Stripes.
That this banana I sent.
Stripes would know. Number 12. Your dad just cut his finger off with the push mower. Man, that would be a really ingenious way of figuring out my size. If Stripes could be all like, hey, so you're not bigger than this banana. You know what it's like back in the day on 360 Stripes, when I was trying to figure out if girls were where they were girls playing online, I would use a bit of reverse psychology, and I would say, hey guys, no, I would send them a message and say, if they sent something to me first, I would send a message back that said something like, yeah, not a bad job, but I would always leave the modifier, comma, sir, okay? You would be shocked, Stripes, at how many people would send me a message back saying, I'm actually a girl, so sir doesn't apply. And I'd be like, oh really? You know what I mean? And it was kind of like going, oh, blah 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 blah. Your boyfriend must really love that about you, or your husband must really love that about you. And then they would go, actually I'm single. And I'd be like, oh, that's so interesting. As we travel up the list of number 12, right? 50 times people laughed, but it wasn't a joke. We're finally down to the last 12. We're really just gonna knock these out. Number 12, your dad cut his finger off with the push mower. He did. How the fuck? Were you reaching under it while it was on? Wait, somebody said, pro tip, if you ever want to mess with the mower blade, disconnect the spark plug and wedge the blade with a hunk of wood for maximum safety. Turning the blade from underneath can generate a little current in the engine and start the mower. Same as pulling the cord. I'm going to read that again for anybody who has a push mower. If ever you want to mess with the mower blade because it may be stuck and you need to get it moving again, disconnect the spark plug. If you don't know where that is, Google it, find a YouTube video, or just have somebody else deal with it who does know where the spark plug is. Hey, somebody subscribed and their name is Ferdinando. Ding. Shut up. I'm reading this for their safety. So disconnect the spark plug and still don't stick your hand in there. Get a block of wood. Get yourself a short 2x4 and then move that thing, move the blade with the 2x4. It ain't worth losing digits over because something can still carry a short amount of a charge. You know what I'm talking about? Go ahead, Stripes.
I just want to know if his thumb was saved. Like, was it reattached? That's it. Update me. Or did no one care to ask?
Ari G says, isn't it common sense to disconnect something like that before messing with it though? No, because most people will assume that if you like most push mowers, especially, they have a little bar at the top that you have to press down and then you have to rip the cord. And if you let go of the bar, then the thing shuts off. So most people will assume that if the mower is not started, then it can't just start again unless you hold down the bar and rip the cord. So they assume that since they're not ripping the cord and they're not holding down the bar, that they can almost flip that mower over and then mess with the blade, thinking that it won't be able to possess a current or start as long as those two other things are happening. And the truth is, it still can happen. So it would be kind of like, us unplugging something and assuming it doesn't have a charge. You know what I mean? Oh my God. Future Banana Appraisal Call. Is he really subscribing now with multiple names? That's a great way to get my subscriber count up. He's gonna be like a cheaper version of a Chinese sweatshop of clickers, just clicking on videos and oh my God. Anyway, Zelamar says, I just realized, fuck my life. What did he say? He's more like fine wine, withstandable in small quantities, makes you throw up if you have too much. Who's more like fine wine?
I wouldn't think it's you.
Maybe it's soup. Are people really talking about soup?
They don't know how to play this game.
Look, we're reaching number 11. So let's get out of here. I went to a party and saw a friend sitting on the couch. I approach. Me. Hey man, how's life? Him. Pretty terrible since my girlfriend left me yesterday and took our son. And I don't know where they are or why she left. Me. What? Okay. She left because she had somebody else that she wanted to bang it up on. So much that she was like, come on, little boy. This the new daddy. Here go the new daddy right here. Number 10. A girl writhing around on the ground at a festival. I thought it was performance art. Come on, man. She was actually having a really bad acid trip and paramedics were rushing over. The looks from her friends as I lamely tried to explain myself will haunt my dreams. He was laughing at her. That's fucked up. Somebody said one time my dog had a seizure and fell into the laundry basket and it looked like he was dancing. It was pretty funny.
No.
My significant other was mortified. And then he barked the word, help me, help me, while he was like seizing out, Stripes.
I keep forgetting that animals can have diseases too, like cancer, tumors, and seizures. That's terrible.
Can't believe I didn't even get a reaction out of pretending to be a dog and woofing, help me. Help me. Edward. Edward. What? Oh God. Number nine, okay. Oh wow, we gotta make it way bigger for this one. Man, my stomach really hurts now. Oof. The point of this was to make a smaller list, and look what you've done.
Why'd you have me come on if you wanted a smaller list? Why'd you do 50 if you wanted a smaller list?
Because it was short 50 ones. They were pretty short. Look, number 9, okay? This happened to me a few days ago. Oh yeah. I received a private Facebook message of what I can only call word soup. Why did we have to find the word soup in here? I'm almost mad about it. Mad about you, baby. What the fuck was that noise? Kyle's childhood molestation memories. Brilliant. What happens, Stripes?
What happens on Pee-wee's Playhouse when someone says the word of the day or the magic word or whatever?
I should do a Pee-wee fucking reference for my subscribers. That's Kyle's suppressed soup memories. Okay, I guess he's just got them all open in different windows or something. Who knows what this idiot does? He literally, and this is how lame he was, he said, I represent 4chan back in the raid days, okay? I'm a legit guy. I'm a big deal. Back then, we used to do stuff. Oh my God. Oh, Skyward says that she wants to eat, so I should hurry up with the list. Zachary says, hey, Kyle, hope you're doing good. I'm doing great. Thanks to fucking Sheep Man over here and Harry the Zelamar. Harry the Zelamar. That sounds like a really cool title, actually. The Zelamar. Number 9. This happened to me a few days ago. I received a private Facebook message of what I can only call word soup. It was seemingly random, but just barely cohesive enough to make sense at the time. Like really riding that uncanny valley, like it was a robot that made it. I assume it was some sort of bot using Markov chains from scraping posts on my friends list, because it had references to things, places, and people I knew, and even posted photos from people's albums. So I screenshotted it and posted it because it was legitimately hilarious. I mean, it had such winners as, if you're her love, you have to prove all others are inferior to you in bed with Jill. I was like, hey everyone, check out this weird rambling bot. An hour or so later, I got a message from another friend that explained that this was actually an old mutual friend from high school who had suffered a psychotic break and was schizophrenic. Sometimes he got off his meds, or his family didn't keep an eye on him, and he'd make tons of Facebook accounts and message people this kind of bullshit. They'd been getting them for years, and I must have fallen into his crosshairs. Suddenly, it wasn't so funny anymore and was rather tragic. I deleted the post and continued to block the next 6 to 7 aliases that kept sending stuff all night. Went from hilarious to sad to alarming in the span of a few hours. Speaking of initially hilarious because of the donations and then sad, it's crazy that soup came up in this fucking post because it describes that guy to a T. Isn't it creepy how the world is, Stripes? How many times has this sort of thing happened in the middle of a list? It's getting pretty weird, isn't it? Pretty weird, isn't it?
Why hasn't Soup sent you money yet? That's really confusing.
Soup has sent me money. He did the other couple of days with bullcrap.
But what has he done for you lately?
That's the real question, I guess. Number 8. One of my best friends, a twin in college, told me she was pregnant. She had played jokes on me before, so I laughed and said, no fucking way. You're the smart one. Oh shit. I read it wrong. I'm sorry. The way that I should have delivered it was no fucking way. You're the smart one. Implying that, she's the twin that should be smart enough to not get pregnant.
Oh.
But she was serious. She was pregnant. Somebody else says, I didn't believe that my wife was pregnant for like 2 weeks before I realized it wasn't a joke. What the fuck?
Why would someone joke about being pregnant?
For real, man. I was sitting in the doctor's office thinking, damn, she sure is taking this pretty far. Like it's a movie. Oh, knock it off, honey. Yeah, all right, honey. And then we could make like a movie montage of it where like, the lady's clearly pregnant and he's just like, ah ha ha. And then like it pans to when they're in the delivery room and the baby's coming out and the doctor's like, it's a baby boy. And she's like, oh, sure, doctor. How much is she paying you? And they're at the kid's graduation. Like, it just keeps going. You know what I mean? It just keeps going. Oh, man. Who is this guy? Who'd you pay? Number 7. Okay. I was chatting with an elderly security guard at the movies, and he was talking about having a degree he never used. He said, now I only use it to decorate my bedroom wall. I laughed and said, you laugh now. I laugh about it sometimes, but I cry almost all the time. I really like Faith. Faith's got an ass I'd slap in real life because she's just like she really is clearly having a great time in the stream chat. Just like, you know what, man? Shut the fuck up. That's what I wish that she could just like deliver just as a phrase whenever she hits anybody with a timeout. Number 6, you are adopted. I was laughing so hard and they were like, no, seriously, look. And they showed me the adoption paperwork. Didn't see that coming. Lol. Someone else responds, my son is 15 years old. He knows he was adopted from before he can remember. Whenever I notice someone eavesdropping on us, I tell him he is adopted. Like I am telling him for the first time, and he pretends to freak out. Good times. It's also really stupid because he is from Guatemala and I am white as white. So I make us both look like idiots. And that amuses me for some reason. Somebody else says, this one was gilded, the one that I just read about the freaking out of the adoption. The response to that has been gilded twice. Okay. LOL, I'm 6'3" adopted Asian guy and my mom is a 5'4" German woman raised in the South. It's hilarious how different we look, and some people definitely do a double take when I introduce her as my mom. One of the weirder things to happen, though, is a lot of my family somehow forgets the only Asian dude in the family is adopted. I've had an aunt sit me and my dad down, and seriously ask if we were worried since my dad's side of the family has a history of alcoholism, and she was worried I would have the gene. Okay. Once we were watching the Olympics, my mom cheered when a Korean won a swim race. My little cousin asked why, and my mom said because we have a family member from Korea. My cousin was stumped for like 10 minutes trying to think of who it was while I just sat there and stared. Even with the difference in appearance being so big, I love that there are moments where my family has to reboot and remember that I'm actually adopted. Aww. Wish I was in a white family and they adopted me. I'm kidding. My black son. My black son. Oh my God. Number 5. I worked at a non-profit. Give me a second. I need something to drink. Talk about some bullcrap.
I really wish we had watched that video about the eels together, though. They're so wriggly. What's... I'm sorry, I had like 3 tabs open in case it would happen. This happened, but like, one of them's about period sex, so I'm not gonna talk about that.
Thank God I've returned and you guys no longer have to listen to Stripes. I'd like to take this opportunity. Oh wow, it's been 11 damn minutes. That text message is from when I was listening to a Skype call that some of you may have listened to on the channel. On the list of 50 times people laughed but it wasn't a joke, we have finally made it down to the final 5. And that's what I'm talking about. Wow. I'd like to take the time to thank my patrons, who may as well be my friggin' sponsors. It's because of them that I even try to wrangle the idea of making these list videos, at least to give some people a distraction from what may be a really long and crazy day. Thanks again. Number 5. I worked at a nonprofit. My boss needed to fill a position, so he sent me to a job fair to collect some resumes. I found Kevin, a young guy full of energy and enthusiasm with over a decade of fundraising experience. Me. So when is Kevin starting? Boss. Actually, I hired someone else. Me. Seriously? When is Kevin starting? But it wasn't a joke. Boss hired a dim-witted, sleepy old guy with no discernible skills. I guess he felt they had more in common? Ooh. 3 years later, the old guy got fired for never actually finishing a single project. It only took 3 years. That's why he said 3 years later? Wow. Anyway, number 4. Monday morning guy comes up to my desk, says my car is on fire. I respond laughing and saying okay. Guy said, no, I'm serious. Look out the office window, 10-foot flames shooting out of my car. Is this the guy from ETC?
Oh, yeah.
Because his car burst into flames, yeah. That would be really cool if it was the ETC guy.
Well, I don't know if you can, like, rummage through his Reddit and figure that out. Doesn't seem worth it.
No, I don't think it's him. Somebody else said, my mom recently got a call from one of her employees to reschedule his performance review 10 minutes before the meeting was supposed to start. He said his car was on fire in the parking lot. She laughed and told him, sorry. She laughed and told him the performance review wasn't that bad. He told her, no, really, my car is on fire. At the same time, my mom's assistant burst into her office to tell her that Joey's car is on fire in the parking lot. Does she have a number they can reach him? Raphael Reeds is adopted. Wow.
I think... I don't know if he's joking. I'd like to think he is.
No, he may be joking. I don't think he'd have reason to really joke about something like that. I hope that he had a great upbringing and that things made sense. I'm sure, I like to think that many adopted kids may have it well, as long as their parents aren't terrible and just trying to get extra money, that they were equipped and were ready for a child. I like to think that perhaps some adopted parents or some adopting parents are better prepared for children than most parents who have them the old-fashioned way, you know? Because maybe they've been trying and they couldn't have one. Maybe they, you know, they just really want one, but whatever is coming.
Or maybe they both have really bad, like, disease genes and they don't want a kid growing up with the possibility of cancer. Like me. I'm scared.
Geez, Stripes. You don't have to refer to your inner workings as disease genes. Ooh.
But it's true, though.
Sheepman says he was adopted by a gay couple from Ohio. I hope they instilled in you some stuff that helps you take off, you know? Those gays have got their lives together, you know?
Oh, wait. Did you say he had two dads?
You don't know if it's two daddies. Could be two mommies. Mr. Squeaker says he's back, Faith. I love it. I love it. Number 3. When my wife told me of her affair, I laughed. It took her 10 minutes to convince me I stopped laughing.
I remember you said a really mean joke to me and it actually made me burst into crying instantly.
When?
I think it was the second trip I was there. And you spent like 3 minutes comforting me.
What are you talking about? Burst into crying.
You said a really mean joke.
What was the joke then?
Like
You'd remember it. You'd remember it.
You said that I'd never see you again. With a straight face, smiling like a lunatic.
I mean, was the second one your worst one?
No, I liked, well, up until the end, we did not leave in good terms, but it was a good trip. It was a really good trip.
We never leave on good terms, and that's why you never.
That's not true.
Okay.
The last two trips.
We're not talking about these trip, Stripes. It's what you're dying to talk about every fucking list, and we're not doing it. And you're the reason why. But I can say that you did possess the capacity to bring out perhaps some of the most mean, spirited comments that I could make. And it was, it's what perhaps many women want. is to be able to stir me emotionally.
No. But it was a joke. I hadn't done anything. You were just like trying to get a reaction out of me. It was the worst kind. I don't know if you were expecting me to laugh, but I laughed afterwards.
Well, it's JJ just described. Those were words. Number 2, man. Okay, I was working on scheduled improvements to a factory production line, which was going to take a couple of days. All right, I was working on scheduled improvements. Number 2. I was working on scheduled improvements to a factory production line that was going to take a couple of days. The production manager came over that evening and he said, legendary soup, what the goddamn. The production manager comes over that evening and says, "You are going to be finished before production starts up tomorrow morning, right?" And I responded, "No, this line will be down for a couple of days minimum." The production manager responded with, "But seriously, make sure you finish everything up tonight so the line can run in the morning." And I responded with, "I wish." Then there was an awkward pause where we both realized we were both serious and the factory was in some serious logistical problem. Okay, well, you guys are fucked. Good. I don't have time for this one. As we reach number 1 on another list that took over an hour to complete, what was I thinking streaming it? Streaming these lists makes them so much longer, and it's because I'm crazy. So here we go. Number 1. I was a pirate. God damn it. No, this one. Number 1 on the list of 50 times people laughed but it wasn't a joke is I was at a pirate themed costume party and a woman dressed as a coin from the Pirates of the Caribbean's movies. Okay. The costume was pretty big and you could only see her head and her legs. So I shouted across the room, "Hey, it looks like you have no arms." To which she replied that she didn't. I laughed, thinking she was joking. Nope, she literally had no arms. Ooh. All right, now, because this is Reddit Stripes, do you think that in the comments it's going to be some list, it's going to be somebody talking about like her mother helping her out downstairs because she didn't have arms?
Giving her a hand, you mean?
Somebody else says, "I'll regale you with a story that happened to my buddy. We used to have a weekly session of pool, and he was pretty decent as he spent more time at the bars than I did. So he's telling me one day that he goes to put a quarter on the table to challenge the winners. A quarter on the table. And he's watching the game. He's thinking, these guys must be pretty good. They're both playing with just one hand. Finally, the girl ends up winning, so he walks the table and racks. And then he says, "Hey, is it cool if we play with both hands?" And she gives him kind of a weird look. That's when he notices she's only got one arm, and the other guy was obviously playing one-handed to keep it fair. Ooh. There's the list, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being incredible. I can't do this without you, and you guys are all showstoppers in your own way. Special thanks to the patrons who do what they do to keep me afloat on a monthly basis. They're all incredible. And then a sexy thanks, of course, to Sheepman and Zelamar, who made some ridiculous donations happen in the middle of the stream. And and I really didn't mean it. I was kind of just attacking Soup by saying, "Where's my $10, Soup?" And then out of nowhere, he was like, "Right here. He go your $10 right here."
Does that mean they're paying for Soup?
Zelda says, "Kyle, my cousin, was adopted into a great family after my aunt died, and her husband married my aunt's sister. They married 1 month after she died." Damn. Closer says, "They were doing it before she died." Well, can't argue with that. Hey, it looks like Faith banned Soup. Wow.
Yeah, she's been doing that all stream.
No, she's been timing him out, Stripes. There's a difference.
Oh.
Yeah, what are you dissing fucking Sheepman for? Sheepman's a greater man than you, Soup. Perhaps a greater man than you'll ever be. A sheep man. Yeah, Sheepman said he had 2 dads. That's cool. I really hope that you guys enrich each other's lives, because it sounds like perhaps you already have been able to. Bing bong. Bing bong. Shamalama ding dong. And then Sheepman hit Soup. He's like, that's the point. They're gay, you idiot. Sheepman. Sheepman, don't try to make sense to this Soup, fool. Yeah, I'm kind of hungry and I also have to pee. The Sheepman says, I'm thinking about going to the sushi place now. Ooh, be careful, dude. He said on base. That reveals a little bit of something about his life as well. Dude, be careful with all that sushi shit, because I think I was watching something with Hannah yesterday where like they used a machine to go inside a dude's body, and it had like, you know, the little camera so you could see inside, and you could see a parasite in somebody's like body, like wriggling around and getting all deep in there, and the machine had to like cut up the person on the inside to get the thing free, to like clamp down and then take it out of the body. It was fucking disgusting. Everybody be really careful about eating uncooked fish, because that's how you get the parasites.
I don't remember where I heard this from, but apparently in China, they legitimately pick up garbage and throw it into their boiling pot and use that to season their food.
That sounds like something the Thai people would do.
And sewage. Garbage.
You think anybody upvoted my dumb post on Overwatch? Well, 12 people upvoted it. I guess that's fine.
China?
What?
If I didn't say China, I meant China.
Man, I need to get people upvoting my Reddit posts. But not these.
It doesn't work. It only works if they go through the front page.
Well, the new page. Oh boy. I thought I was looking at the WTF page, but there's going to be tons of like not safe for work shit. Wow. Look at all the yellow versions. Oh, you can't see. I'm looking at yellow versions of Pokemon Yellow.
Oh man, I forgot I opened up a tab that I think you'd like. Someone drew a bunch of Pokemon crossbreeds, and I think you'd like the Well,
guys, it's been 1 hour and 47 minutes, and I love you all to death, so I think it's about their time.
Come look.
Wait, no, and thanks to Pork Chop as well. She donated $4. I completely forgot. I completely forgot. But I remember you now, Pork Chop. And I do love. The thing is, I'm totally here for everybody in a way that they don't even like take advantage of, you know?
Well, yeah, you're pretty easy to get a hold of.
Yeah, so whatever. So then that allows people like Faith and Hannah to hog me, which is fine. Oh boy. Guys, I love you. Be careful. Aw.
What, are you looking?
I think there's a dog teaching Puppy how to go downstairs.
I thought you looked at my thing. You weren't looking at my thing.
That's so cute. One day we'll look at GIFs all day, if I can stomach that. And another day we're going to do a Marvel movie marathon.
Oh, wait. Did anyone request a film yet? Like, have they written down what movie? Because I can't decide on it.
Oh, this is not safe for work as a motherfucker. That was Watch People Die and we almost watched it, son. Oh, shit. That would have been close as hell. I was looking at this like, now why does this look like some dank shit's about to go down? And it's because some dank shit was about to go down. Oh, my garb. That could have been bad. Because if the wrong person saw this, then, you know, it would have been the end. I'm going to go fix Nightbot. Okay, I can fix Nightbot right now. I'll fix Nightbot right now. I'm going to make the screen go black because I don't know what the hell it'll show. Nightbot. YouTube. Let's see.
I don't think it's a quick fix, though. It might take, like...
Shut up. You think I'm some kind of moron. All right. I know how to fix Bing Bong ass Nightbot because I'm not a moron. So it should be nice and simple. Okay, so you go to settings. It's got to be in there somewhere. Spam protection. Okay. So it says blacklist words and phrases enabled, I guess. Excess emotes. No, let's turn that off. We're going to disable excess emotes. I want people to be able to do that. Links. People can do links. What are the symbols?
What do you... Symbols.
Okay, I'm disabling that. Okay. Try it now, guys.
Oh, I guess I should make a silly face. Oh, caps. I couldn't do that because I wouldn't get banned because I'm a mod, so I can't heal.
I feel like the stream must have felt like they were living in some sort of like communist Russia when, you know, they couldn't type what they wanted to, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can make Lenny faces all night.
I didn't know that it blocked symbols. That's so excessive.
Yep.
Well, so there's that.
So what does Nightbot block now that he doesn't block caps? What's left?
I think he just is there to stop recurring messages, maybe. You're asking the wrong question. So guys, love you to death. Nightbot is fixed. See you guys tonight. Enjoy yourselves. I really wanted to make a short video, but I should have known that I was biting off more than I can chew with stripes. So this is going to piss people off too, and I need to not have this be the default format. So I'm probably going to try to make another list.
For being here?
What?
Should I apologize for being here?
Wow, Faith is smelly. You can't just be saying that stuff, dude. Why would you apologize for being here? I wouldn't have you here if I didn't want you here. Jeez. Yeah, I'll see you guys soon. And I love you. And take it easy. Yeah, I really gotta pee. Later.